Shalom.
You a weirdo.
That's funny. If they knew how funny I really was,
they wouldn't hang out with you. I'm just a good friend. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
I only mess with you because you got wisdom. That's the only reason we.
Right. I'm only cool with you because you got wisdom. Get twisted. This is nothing more. You know.
I don't even know if we should call each other friends. This is business.
Right. This is strictly business.
I'm
I'm an Orthodox Jew.
God, today I'm gonna be an Old Testament Israelite only. You want to debate?
In a sense, we all Old Testament Israelite only. In a sense.
In a sense, if you guys to hear me, y'all don't get it though.
He said,
Shalom, family. Romel Hill. I don't think I ever seen this brother in the chat. Shalom, no. Shalom, shalom.
I don't think I've seen him either.
God, man, if you viewing, hit the comment section. Let's see who all in here so far. Say shalom, man. Hey, can you get that in Sirach chapter 42? You know what I want? It might be 41. The end of 41. I'm gonna go to it. Should be ashamed.
Oh. Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 41 and verse 16. Therefore be shamefaced according to my word, for it is not good to retain all shamefacedness, neither is it altogether approved in everything. But be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother, and of a lie before a prince and a mighty man, or of an offense before a judge or ruler of iniquity, before the congregation of people, of unjust dealing before thy partner and friend.
It says, be ashamed.
Verse 20.
Be ashamed of an unjust dealing before thy partner or friend. You should be ashamed to do that. But this the part.
Verse 20. Of silence before them that salute thee.
God, so you should literally be ashamed if we saluting y'all saying shalom, barakah, shalom, 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 and you don't respond back or say shalom or salute your brothers. The Bible actually telling you, you going off. You going off. If somebody salute you and say shalom, you should be ashamed to not say it back. So I'm cutting y'all that's not in the comments. If you said shalom, you good. If you didn't, you should be ashamed.
Probably.
Right. You said you wanted to grab a proverb, Judah?
Yeah, I will.
All right, Con.
All right. Shalom, y'all. All right.
Shalom.
Black King asked what precept that was. That was Sirach 41 and 20.
Yeah, 41.
The point was 20.
Yeah, the point is 20. But it started at 16 to show you the things you should be ashamed to do. Shalom. He said, what precept was that, Con? That's what we like to hear.
Really? Kind of, I'm gonna grab a couple proverbs. Maybe just one proverb. Maybe not. I don't know. Y'all see the title is "Don't Waste Your Time." I guess this is kind of going into it, but you know, I'm gonna just grab it. This is Proverbs 6 and 6. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest." So we're supposed to look at the Most High's creation. We're supposed to look at certain animals and get guidance and certain wisdom, because the Most High always refers to different animals. You know, He refers to how wise the spider is. He refers to the donkey and how they don't have a sheep master, not a sheep master. They don't have a master. Salakia. They're dumb, but they know who their master is. That's the point I wanted to make. You know, Salakia. I was tricking it off. But we're supposed to look at the ant and look how hard it's working. Look at how hard it goes. You know, when you look at a colony of ants, they're always working. Sometimes I may find an ant picking up a leaf 2 times its size. You know, I think I seen a whole bunch of ants carrying a damn hot dog one time. They always working and they trying to get the bag. That should be what you're doing. You're supposed to look at them and consider their ways. Get wisdom from an ant. You can get wisdom from ants. That's the Most High's creation. You know, you're supposed to be putting in the work just as hard as these ants are, and that's putting in the work, going therefore into the truth. You know, going out to the highways and byways, like Yahushua said. The harvest is plenty, but they're not much laborers, man, and it's still like that unto this day. It's still a big harvest out, but it's not that much laborers. You know, everybody want to type, everybody want to text, everybody want to be Facebook Israelites. But when it's time to go into the field and reap this wheat, nobody there. You know, they hit you up all week. Yeah, I'm ready to go out to the highways and byways. Yeah, I'm ready to do this. Yeah, I'm ready to put in the work. They hit you up and say all that, but when it's time to put in the work, damn, I ain't gonna lie, something came up. Damn, I ain't gonna lie, I can't even do this. Damn, like, what's the problem? You know, when one of Christ's disciples said, good master, bid me that I may go and bury my father. What did Christ say? Was Christ like, all right, man, I'll let you go do it this one time. You know, then the next time he kind of asks about the same thing about his mother. All right, I'll let you go do it this. No. Christ was like, let the dead bury the dead. Follow me. We got work to do.
God.
We have work to do.
That's right.
So, kind of going into this title, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time at putting off day to day going out to do the work. That's a waste of your time. That's vain. You will get nothing for that. Christ is coming back with a reward, and you're not going to get a good reward. Your reward is going to be very little, if that. If you do nothing, you're going to receive nothing. How about that? If you do nothing, you will receive nothing. If you want to be a Facebook prophet, be a Facebook prophet. Do that. But that's not what the scriptures commanded you to do. That's not putting in the work. You know, a Facebook prophet, if you ask me, that's damn near just the same as going on me downloading a game and farming on my gaming app. You know, I'm just farming on my app, and I'm not getting none of the actual benefits. I'm just getting virtual bucks. That's how you Facebook prophets look to me. Like y'all just gaming on the app, you know, and it's just, boop, 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 swiping and doing this kind of, you got 3 cows now. That's your herd, that's your flock. You're just a damn Facebook prophet.
Hey, he getting rich. He getting rich on a game.
Right.
He getting rich. Jake talking about I'm a millionaire on GTA.
Right.
I'm a billionaire on Grand Theft Auto. But you gotta store and stash up riches and the truth. Because this is a spiritual battle, a spiritual fight. We always say this. And that's never gonna change. You gotta store up riches in heaven. Because these riches that's being stored on earth, these riches you working for, our people working 9 to 5s, they spending 8 hours of their day. Hey, Jake in the warehouse is working 10, 12s. We going that hard in the world. How much harder should we be going to truth? We doing all of this to receive paper, box trees.
Right.
We need to spend 8 hours a day studying, hearing the word, being around the brother who in the truth. That's the majority of your time should be meditating on the Bible, or you to bring a brother in the truth, or you being around the brother. The most of your time should not be in the world. And 2 days out of the week, or just on a Sabbath, you an Israelite, the majority of your time, you need to be doing something that benefits the truth, that benefits the ministry, that benefits an Israelite. Not the majority of your time should not be building up the white man's kingdom. And you've been at Walmart working for 5 years, and you trying to become manager, or you trying to become the district manager. To hell with all of that, man. To hell with all of that. So this is First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. Verse 18. First Peter 4 and 18. It says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Hey, the Most High God just said, the righteous men, the men that's doing what they supposed to be doing, the men that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, exercising their faith, exercising brotherly love, not going into idolatry, not committing fornication, them men is barely gonna make it. Barely gonna make it. So where do you think you're gonna be if you've been a sluggard? You're not gaining in wisdom. You're not exercising your faith. Anytime a problem comes, you folding up. You don't know how to do brotherly love. You're never around brothers. You're never around sisters. You're not keeping no high holy days. All you doing is being a nigga. You're not gonna make it like that. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. And what they say, the only thing that's better than money is time. Because time is money. He's spending up all his time. It's on you.
God, you can. It's one thing, man. You can always get money back. You can never get time. Man.
That's right.
You can't buy time. That's something money can't buy. You can't
You
buy
can't
time.
buy time.
You know. But somebody commented. I don't know if it's a brother or a sister. Pardon me, but they said I'm still learning, man. You know, that's we not coming at the people that's still learning. We're not coming at y'all. You know, it's good that you're still learning. You can still go to the highways and byways and not teach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I'm just making a point. It's a lot of people that's still learning, but they go on public forums and on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they like to type and they like to say this and that about the truth, and they like to teach and they like to do that. And then when somebody come back at them and rebuke them, well, damn, brother, I'm still learning. Well, why did you open up your mouth? Why did you start typing and trying to teach somebody without having understanding? I believe the scriptures speak on that. Speaking on matters they know not. You're not supposed to speak on matters which you know not. You're not supposed to speak on the mysteries and stuff like that if you don't really have an understanding or a full understanding of it.
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
Sirach, chapter 5, verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
John, if you don't have the answer, lay your hand upon your mouth. Don't try to fabricate an answer. Don't try to, well, I kind of got this over here and I kind of think I get. No, just quiet. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think
okay.
the bar. Shalom, Captain.
Kind. It's all good. As long as y'all can still hear me, it's all good. But you want to, put your hand over your mouth if you don't have an answer. But if you had an answer, give forth the answer, Get the answer.
My bad. That was my fault. I hit a button.
You're good.
But, answer don't mean that you're a teacher. That just means like, you just share what you got, because the scripture, I'm going to grab it right here. This is James 3:1. My brethren, not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. And so that being many masters, that's going into everybody trying to be a teacher, everybody trying to be a prophet, everybody trying to be an apostle, or this, that, and the third. That's not everybody's lot. Is not that. Everybody's lot isn't to go on the highways and byways and hold the mic. That's not everybody's lot. You can still go do the work on the highways and byways, but your lot may not be holding the mic. which is fine. That's fine. That's biblical. That's okay. You know, Baruch was Jeremiah's scribe. Baruch wasn't out there just spitting like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the book of Baruch go hard. He was spitting, but he wasn't just spitting like that. You know?
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 33. It says, the lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. What does it mean when it says the lot is cast into the lap? You know how our people, we love getting dice and we love shaking it, you know, rolling it. We trying to hit 7s, 11. We trying to, that's you casting a lot. But whatever that number comes on, because it's random, you can't actually, you can't actually make it do something. Like when you flip a coin, the lot is cast into the lap. That's you taking a gamble. But the whole disposing of it, or the outcome of it, is literally of the Lord. Whatever the Lord wanted to roll on, whatever has it to, the Lord wanted it to fall on that. So you wanting to be the main guy or that guy who teaches, look, man, that's of the Lord. You can't control that. Whatever the Lord wants you to do, that's what you're going to be doing, period, point blank. And I'm telling you right now, 9 times out of 10, the people who you're looking up to or the people who you think is great, they fighting demons too. Just because you are that guy don't really mean that you are that guy. I'm going to tell you right now from experience, one of the most important parts of holding a camp is the readers. The structure of the line. Everything. Let me get that in Corinthians where it talks about the members of the body. Let me get that. And the reader is very important. The reader has to be able to, it's like the speaker. The speaker has to be able to control the floor. He has to know who his audience is. That goes for the reader too. The reader has to know, he has to be able to control the floor. He has to know who the audience is. He has to know what tone to use, what volume to use when he's reading. Not only that, he has to understand the main speaker. He has to have chemistry with the main speaker. He got to kind of know what precepts to pull before the speaker even asks for him. He got to know how to add on to the speaker's points. The reader that's important. You got some?
Yeah, it's all like, I'm gonna grab this 1 Corinthians for you here in a second.
Okay.
But it's all like it's like football. You know, everybody likes to look at the quarterback. Nobody really like to pay attention to the lineman, but if the lineman didn't want to be there, quarterback done every time. You know? So it's all a perfect structure, really. But this is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 12. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ.
Jump to 14.
Verse 14, for the body is not one member, but many.
Come on.
If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body?
You got it.
So like Paul said, the body is made of one member. It's many members, but still the same one body. You know, it's many members in the body. But it says, if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not the body. I'm not of the body. So if you got a brother that's saying, man, I'm not the main speaker, so I'm not even really important. I'm just, you know, I'm just cast off. You know, your foot can't look at you and be like, damn, I'm not the hand. Well, let me just stop working. You know, your damn foot don't work no more. No, you need your foot. You need your foot is just as important as the hand. The hand may seem like it has a good role because it gets to touch everything. But guess what? The hand could never be the foot. Same way the foot can never be the hand. Whereas this reader can never be this prolific speaker like this brother can be. But guess what? This brother can't be a great eloquent reader like this man can be. Sometimes it's better to be a reader. Sometimes you need a strong reader. You actually need a strong, because if you don't have a strong reader, the point will not get across. He kind of stumbling and fumbling with the Bible, and he don't know what he's talking about, and he kind of, you know, it's not eloquent. The person over there can't receive it because They misread it wrong. No matter how good this brother break it down, the what we go to is the text. We read. So if you messing that up and you chopping that up, you can lose somebody like that. You know? So it's just as important all around. Just as the man that's doing the flyers. I like doing the flyers personally. I do flyer duty because I like to talk one-on-one. But the person that's doing the flyers, you know, he don't really get to be on camera a lot. He don't get the spotlight a lot. He's just out there doing the flyers. But guess what? He's important.
Yeah.
That brother bringing people in. He's giving out the information. He's bringing people in. You know, the brothers that hold up the signs. That's a very important job because sometimes that may catch somebody out. And guess what? Snag the lip like fishes do and bring them in.
Done.
Because we using different bait. You know, to one person, the speaker could be the bait. To another person, damn, I like how he read. Let me go over there and talking about. The reader could be the bait. To another person, damn, this brother walked up to me with the flyers. He can be the bait. The sign holder, he can be the bait. It's all types of different bait out there at camp. You know, even the women. Other women may look at how women are dressed and how they'll look and how they in modest apparel, and they kind of like, damn, I wonder what these women got going. They look happy over there. They look safe. Let me go see what they're talking about. Even the women can be bait to bring somebody into the truth. You know? So just because you're not the head and you may be the tooth, be the tooth. Be the best tooth you can be.
Done.
Please believe that. Be the best whatever you can be. Because they all got different operations, but it's still of the same body. It's still of the same spirit. You know? You got it.
God, one part of the body cannot tell another part of the body that it's not important. Because the Most High God designed our bodies in a certain way on purpose. Imagine a man not having hands. We have the hands, the fingers, the toes, the eyes, the eyebrows, the lashes. We need everything. One part of the body cannot say this part of the body is not important, or we don't need that. That's you rejecting God. Imagine a man like, hey, I really don't need these biceps. Who is you to reply against what God created? Who is you? Like, nah, man, I really don't even need legs. I can walk on my hands. Man, you going against God. So whenever you got a brother and he say he good at this, or who is you to reject that brother? If he being sincere, he in the truth, he in it for the right reasons. He got an able spirit, a ready spirit to do the work of God, man. In truth and sincerity, we got to pull it together, man. And look, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time trying to be something you're not. Don't waste your time trying to be somebody else. If the Lord gave you a certain gift, add into that gift, add into that strength. It's good to be well-rounded, but if you know that you are a really powerful one-on-one teacher, strengthen that. Magnify that. That's a gift. If it comes so natural for you just to help people, to be charitable, show arms, magnify that. If it comes natural for you to just speak words to people, you can speak to a crowd of people. You're not really nervous. You don't get the jitters. Look, magnify that. But you cannot waste time being covetous and wanting something just because another brother have it. Don't waste your time doing that. Give me Exodus chapter 20 real quick. Don't waste your time being covetous.
You said Exodus 20?
Exodus 20, verse 17. Don't waste your time being covetous.
And this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Look, don't waste your time coveting something that somebody else got. Hey, the Most High God already opened doors for you, but you want to go through their door. Hey, what it say? You gonna go hungry looking at another man's plate. When you got a whole buffet in front of you, but you like, nah, I want that.
Right.
I want what he got. Look, man, eat your own plate, eat your own food. Right? Hey, look, another thing you don't want to waste time doing is stressing. Don't waste time stressing.
So, like, I'm gonna be back. Open up
Kind,
back.
kind. Don't waste time stressing. Right? Let's go to it. A lot of times, you see people stressing all the time. For what? Stress for what? Stress for what? Have you ever been, look, you late on a bill, right? You need to come up with $400, right? Are you able to, have you ever stressed $400 into your account? Have you ever just been sitting there stressing and it just changed because you were stressing? The stress don't change the situation. Either make a move, make a play, go work, labor, do something to go fix the problem, but don't just sit there and stress about it. Stressing shows that you really don't have no faith. If you really want to prove or demonstrate that you believe on the Most High God, don't stress because you know that he got your back. All right, so I'm going to kick this off with Matthew chapter 6, a classic chapter. I'm going to start at 6 and verse 25. Matthew 6 and 25. It says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor for your body what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So don't worry about what you're going to eat. Don't worry about your clothes. Look, you don't have enough to make it through. You always going to have enough. It's always going to be sufficient. You always make a way. That's why you're still here. Right? Verse 26. Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So the Most High God, he created the birds. The birds, they don't actually sow seeds, and they don't wait a period of time and go harvest what they sown in the fields. But the Most High God always feed these birds. That's what a fowl is. A fowl is a bird. No matter what kind of bird it is, the Most High God always feed them. And they don't plant seeds. They don't harvest they don't harvest. They don't go store everything in a barn and wait until when. No, they just eat. And the Most High always take care of them. Right? It says, are ye not much better than they? How much better are you than a bird? He gave us wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He chose us. Out of everything and everybody on earth, he chose the nation of Israel. You are way better than them, but you stressing, right? But you doubting, you unsure, you not content, you unhappy, right? Let me grab this in Romans, because brothers got to stop being ungrateful. Brother, look, man, if you're not sure that this is the truth and that if this ain't enough proof for you, you need to pick. Right? You need to choose. You need to choose. Hey, can you hear me? Can you get Joshua 24 and 15? Come on, man. So let me grab this in Romans. Romans 14 and 23. It says, he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So if you doubting the Most High God that he really gonna make a way for you, or he already made a way from you and it just need to come to pass, look, man, you really doubt it, and you really sin because you don't really have faith in the Most High God. Right? Rule number 1 in this truth. Right? Let's get Hebrews chapter 11.
You want this Joshua?
1 second. Hebrews 11 verse Where is it at? Verse 6. Hebrews 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So the first sentence of this verse, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. Rule number one, you can never please the Most High God if you don't have any faith. Right? So brothers need to start choosing up. Let me grab that in Joshua.
God, this is Joshua chapter 24 and verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve.
Right?
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Look, as for us and our houses, we're 100% sure that this is the truth. We're not going to go to the left hand. We're not going to go to the right hand. This is the way. This is where the knowledge is. This is where everlasting water is. This is where that honey, this is where that bread is. This is a spiritual meal, and there's no other book that can do these things. There's no other book on earth that can tell you the past, the present, and the future. It's no other book on earth that can actually give you your whole identity and nationality, your customs, your heritage. It's no other book like this on earth. So Joshua, through the Spirit, he said, choose thee this day. Are you going to serve the Lord? You're going to have faith in him. You're going to trust him. You're not going to doubt. You're going to be happy, joyful, peaceful, prosperous, courageous. You're going to have all of these things when you really choose the Lord and trust on him. But if you're not 100% sure, look, you need to find out real quick. You need to make a choice. Sometimes the worst decision is not making a decision. And you kind of in between two burdens. You kind of on the fence. You playing hooky. You playing hooky with the Lord. No, it's either you're going to serve Yahweh while Yahweh Shah, or you're going to serve Satan. You can't serve both. You can't have the cake and the icing and the ice cream too. You got to choose. This is Matthew 6 and 24. Matthew 6 and 24 says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. The point is, you can't have two gods. You can't have two masters. You only can have one. You can only serve one. It's either you're going to serve the Most High God or you're going to serve Satan. You're going to be for righteousness or you're going to be for wickedness. You're going to be for money or you're going to be at the fruits of the Spirit. Don't waste time being in between the two. If you want to be wicked, go do it. But if you want to be righteous, you need to do that. Make it make sense. Don't waste time stressing, man. Don't waste time. Don't waste time being on both sides of the fence. That ain't going to do you no good. Because the Most High God can actually see all of them things. It's actually angels prescribed to every person on earth. And it's an angel that's documenting. Hey, get that in Jeremiah 17, I believe. You know what I want. You know what I want. And I'm going to grab this one. And I think it's Matthew. Matthew 10. So like you can grab that for me. I'm trying to find this precept.
And this is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 1. The sin of Judah is written with the pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars.
Man, everything that you're doing is being documented. Everything is being documented. In the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 36, he said, every idle word which men shall speak, they shall have to give an account thereof in the day of judgment. All right. You got something, Knock? I'm really trying to buy time to find this precept.
Yeah. I got something.
All right. Man, it's Matthew.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then, and measured thou the time diligently in itself, And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee, which I have told thee before. So you got Uriel through the Spirit. The Most High is talking to Ezra, and he's saying, measure the time. What is measure the time diligently? You know, you kind of got to get something on a scale, and you got to see how much time you got left. You know, you got to see when the end is near, or how close we are, or how far we. You know, you got to measure the time. And he said, do it diligently. That means with careful work. So we're supposed to be out here measuring the time diligently, not wasting time. You know, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to measure the time diligently and be like, all right, well, I got this amount of time, so I'm just go ahead and waste it. You know, because there ain't no telling if you measure that time actually correctly. You may have measured it. You may think the world end in 2025. You know, you kind of like, man, I got time to trick stuff off. No, brother, the world may end tomorrow. You never know. Or the Lord can cut you short. He can cut your life short just because you want to trick it off and you wanted to waste time. You know, it's not about wasting time. That's what grace was. Grace was given to us to fulfill the time that we messed up. We're not supposed to be out here wasting time on trying to figure out which God I'm gonna serve today. Am I gonna serve Yahweh today, or am I gonna serve Baal today? Am I gonna serve the Most High God today, or am I gonna go to Buddha? You know, you kind of err about it, like, damn, I don't know, man. Buddha fun, but I know the Most High is truth. You know, you kind of tricking it off like that. You wasting time, man. You in idolatry. You ain't gonna make it. You know, you just not gonna make it. Or you kind of wake up every morning, you kind of, you know, you look at your phone, you like, damn, I should pray right now, but I can throw it up later. And then you wasting time with prayers now. And that's one of the most important weapons you have. You sitting there playing Candy Crush on your damn phone all day and you forgot to pray. You know? You sitting there doing this all day and you forgot to do that. You forgot to do what's actually important. You got to figure out what's important after you measure the time diligently. You're supposed to measure the time, then you're supposed to see what's commanded of you. After you see what's commanded of you, then you're supposed to add wisdom under that. And once you add a little wisdom to that, you got to add a whole bunch of faith. You got to add stuff up, and you got to stack this stuff up. Because being in the truth, you ain't just gonna get everything at once. You know, I had a close friend of mine ask me, you know, so if I come in the truth, I keep laws, is wisdom just gonna be like, am I just gonna be filled up with wisdom that quick? I was like, well, damn, brother, kind of, yeah and no. You know, through time, you'll be like, damn, I gained some wisdom. But it's not just gonna hit you at a rapid rate. So you've been like, you know, in and out of this truth, the time is nigh. Our salvation is nearer than what we expect. You don't have time to sit here and pitter patter with the truth no more. You don't have time. It's not the 1960s or 1980s when you had time and, you know, you could kind of trick stuff off and, you know, you could kind of maybe mess around with different things. No, it's too close to the end to be messing around with this truth. Too close to have one foot in and one foot out.
Let me grab this precept.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 10. 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 10 says, for the world has lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. This is all the way in Ezra. This is 3 or 4 captivities ago. This is a long time ago. It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts. These 12 parts represent periods of time. Watch this. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone away already, and half of a 10 part. So he said, you got 12 parts, 12 time periods. But he said 10 parts are gone already. So that leaves you with 2 time periods left. But then he said, and half of a 10th part. So you have 1.5 left on this clock. This is a spiritual clock. It's not much time left. And this was hundreds of years ago. Look, you can smell it in the air. You can feel it in the air. We are in the last days. We go through the prophecies. We can see that we're in the last days, man. From the Babylonians to the Greeks, the Romans, all the way here to Americas. Everybody can tell you. People who not even in the truth, they're like, yeah, bro, something bad gonna happen to the earth. Something bad gonna happen to America. Man, it feel like World War III is gonna happen. That's because it is. That's because it is. The end of the world is coming. We say this all the time. People think we crazy. You know, that's the best part though.
Really?
Hey, what's his name? Albert Einstein. They thought he was crazy. The smartest men on earth are always labeled as crazies. Psychopaths. Hey, Noah, when he was building that ark, telling people that the earth is finna be flooded and rain is finna be coming from the sky, he was labeled as a psychopath, a crazy, as a bug out. He on drugs or he drunk. He a drunkard. No, that's not the case though. But when we tell people, hey, all hell is finna break loose, World War III is brewing, America is falling, it's an economical collapse arising, nukes are finna take off and blow up. The Most High God is finna send Yahweh back on earth. The Israelites, they are gonna take over the whole world. They are gonna be the kings of the earth. America is Babylon the Great. America is in the Bible. When they hear these things, they be like, these people are crazy. The Bible predicted they would talk to us that way or believe that way. The Bible predicted that they would think that we was wrong. The Bible predicted that when we do start prophesying these last days, these end time prophecies, that they are going to want to kill us. Brothers get death threats all the time in this truth. Teaching with Bibles in our hands, brothers threatened our lives, saying they're going to kill us. Stay right here. I'll be back. I'm finna swing the block. Yeah. On blood, on Hoover, I'm finna shoot this motherfucker. People still threats. We get that constantly. All because we teaching the Bible. All because we not telling them smooth things and just making them feel good. Because we tell them the truth. People have become enemies of God, enemies of us because we tell them the truth. That's in the Bible. That's in Galatians. He said, have I therefore became your enemy because I tell you the truth? People hate the truth. People want you to lie to them and make them feel good, but we can't do that. A good messenger, he gives the messenger of his master. The master say, look, tell them I said this. That's what we doing. And they shoot the messenger, and that's fine. We are willing to die for that. Don't waste time. Make haste in his truth, man. It says, and there remaineth that which is after the half and the 10th part. Now, therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and never renounce corruption. So he said, get your house in order. All hell is going to break loose. Reprove your people. Teach them right from wrong. Show them the law, statutes, and commandments. Build them up. It says, comfort them as be in trouble. The brothers and the sisters that's going through anything, y'all welcome to his sons of Jacob up. Y'all welcome to keep these feast days with us. Y'all welcome to come attend these camps, right? Y'all welcome to actually obtain counsel. Y'all welcome to ask questions. It says, and now renounce corruption. And that's what we're doing. We're renouncing corruption. Like Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. He prophesied against many countries. He prophesied of wars, pestilence, famines. That's the same thing we got to do because we got to renounce corruption. In the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16, he said, who will stand up for me against the
Workers of iniquity.
The workers of iniquity. And that's who we got to be. We got to stand. People stand up for some folly. People stand up for blocks, for streets, for gangs. The only thing I want to stand up for is for the brothers who really for the Most High God. The people who can't defend themselves. I want to stand up for the Most High God. It says, let go from the mortal thoughts. Look, man, these mortal thoughts that we hold so dear to us, the things we stress about, the things we're stressing about and putting ourselves through, bro, we don't even have to do that. The Lord said, let go of them mortal thoughts. Man, don't waste your time holding on to something that's never probably going to happen. You stressing yourself out over something that's probably never going to happen. You stressing yourself out about being a millionaire, getting a Lamborghini, right? Being famous. Look, let go of the mortal thoughts. It says, cast away the burdens. Man, look, man, don't waste time carrying burdens that don't need to be carried. You can give it to the Most High God. But you want to, I'm strong. I can do it by myself. I don't need no help. What the hashtag, I'm one deep. Bro, you're not strong. That's not real strength. Being by yourself, being in darkness, being alone, being a loner, that's not real strength. Not loving people, not caring about people, that's not where real strength resides. That's not real strength. Real strength in numbers. Having people you can count on, people who got your back. Hey, I gave this question to the nation a long time ago. I said, who's stronger? A man, how did I phrase it? I remember.
A man who has nothing to lose, or a man who has everything to lose.
Who's stronger? People try and act strong. They cover it up with a strength blanket, trying to make themselves look strong when they say, I'm one deep. I can do it. But you're not really one deep. You can't really do it all by yourself. That's not real strength.
That's
someone who doesn't have nothing to lose. That's not really strength. That's fear. That's
bro,
fear.
That's folly.
That's folly.
That one deep spirit, that spirit that gets you dealt with quick. I'm not going. One deep spirit is not. It's not. Say I'm one deep to Alexander the Great. Say I'm one deep to goddamn Judas Maccabees. Say I'm one deep to these mighty men in history. That'll get you killed quick. You one deep and you think you great all by yourself. Don't waste your damn time thinking you got it by yourself.
You don't.
That's what a lot of people have a mistake with. That I'm one deep spirit. I can do it all by myself. I don't need nobody. I'm independent.
Man.
That's foolish. Everybody knows strength lieth in numbers. Power lieth in numbers. If you look at a rope, and if you actually deal with a rope is a bunch of small, skinny strings,
right,
all together. The rope is one of the most strongest things on earth. You know, it's hard. Sometimes it's better than the chain in certain cases. But guess what? That's because they're all together. The scriptures say a threefold cord is not quickly broken. You can go outside and do the math yourself. Go outside, pick up one stick, break it, put it together. Now you got two. Break it, put it together. Now you got four. Try to break that. It's getting harder and harder. Like, damn, I can't break that like I just broke one. Even nature itself will tell you how numbers is strength. But you want to do it by yourself. That's why we're in captivity. Hey, you know what I found out? That's crazy.
What?
During you remember the 70 AD siege?
Yeah.
Guess what was going on?
What?
A Jewish civil war. We were fighting each other.
In the midst of it.
In the midst of all that, we was fighting each other, bro. And Titus pulled up. And we wouldn't have kept, we hating our brother, hating our neighbor. I can do it by myself. And look, prime example. Niggas got kicked out. We got to look at the past and get wisdom from the past. We cannot keep doing this stuff and going back and repeating the same things that got us in the captivity.
That's a big con right there. It tell you in the book of Sirach, it tell you that he that have much experiences wisdom. And he that seen a lot of things, that traveled a lot of places, they gathered up a lot of experience. And that experience translate to wisdom. That's why you always hear old people say, man, I done seen a lot of things. He trying to tell you he's seen it. He know what the outcome is. That's wisdom. That's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And we get experience. This is a timeless book. This goes back to the very beginning. If we can get the experience of all of our forefathers, that's wisdom.
Super wisdom.
Right. Nobody can contain, nobody can deal with that much wisdom. So don't waste time, man. Don't waste time, man. You got it. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 5. And I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So you don't want to waste time on coming into the truth. You don't want to waste time on actually practicing the things that you need to practice while in the truth. You know, because there's a lot of people that say they're in the truth, but they not actually moving like they're in the truth. You know, don't waste time moving like you're in the truth. You know, keeping the commandments, loving your neighbor, keeping the faith, doing the work. You know, don't waste time on that. Please make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, because suddenly will his wrath come upon you. That means out of nowhere. In your security, when you think you're safe, you know, you kind of laying up in your iniquity and you think you good. I'm gonna repent tomorrow. You know, you kind of got that spirit. Man, I'm gonna repent tomorrow. You kind of go to sleep and you wake up dead.
Wake up dead.
For tomorrow. Don't have that tomorrow spirit. Act like tomorrow is never gonna come. I got to do this right now. If I don't do this right now, I might die. Have that kind of spirit. I might die if I don't do this right now.
God, that's real.
I might die if I don't repent right now. I might die if I don't throw up this prayer right now. And death isn't always physical. The Most High can snatch you out of the truth quick. Take that quickening spirit from you. If he take that quickening spirit from you, you dead. Death is not always, or physical death is not always, you know, death is not always physical. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Death is not always physical. One of the worst things that you can do is fall out of the truth. That's one of the worst things you can do. It's scary. You know, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord with all your heart, full of heart, with all your mind. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Turn to him today. Tap with him today. If you ain't read in months, read today. If you ain't prayed in months, pray today. If you ain't fasted in months, fast today. You know, if you hated your brother all this time, call your brother up. Say I love you. Do that. Make up with each other. Do that today. Stop waiting on tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. You don't know. You don't have assurance of tomorrow. You don't actually know. Tomorrow may come from another brother, but it may not come for you. What if the Most High, like, you know, well, you know, you didn't measure the time, you ain't been to work, you haven't turned, you ain't looked towards me. I'm kind of gonna snatch him up today. He's saying, Raphael, go get his spirit real quick
and give it to that man.
And give it to that Uriel. Go grab my Holy Spirit from him and then add it to his. Or he could be like, hey, take him off the face of the earth. He's wicked. He knows that the wicked has a short time. He knows this, but he want to be wicked. Go take him off the face of the earth. before he rottens out his brothers.
If I may.
Go ahead.
All right, since you want to be wicked, go take his son away from him.
Man, that's tough.
Go kill his brother. Go kill his mama. Let's see if he get it after that. Let's see if he understand. You know, I'm gonna give him one more chance. I'm gonna give him one more. Don't tempt the Lord. Don't tempt the Lord just because you want to be wicked for another few days, for another year, for another period of time. Don't do it. This is Baruch chapter 4:28. This is a classic scripture. Baruch 4:28 says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more." Look, it was our time, it was our minds to go astray from the Most High God, to break his laws. We knew better. It was our mind to go into idolatry, fornication, being harlots, being hoes, being niggas, selling drugs to our people. It was our mind to do them things. But if he gave you an opportunity to come into this truth, to walk in righteousness, man, you got to seek him 10 times more. How do you do that? If you want to please God, love his people. That's how you serve God. By being the minister unto his people, man. Hey, a lot of these things are simple. It's simple. One more topic that's on my spirit. Don't waste time. You might be new in this truth. Don't waste time trying to be the wisest person. Don't waste time. It's good to increase in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Don't get me wrong. But it's so many more, it's more fundamental things that you need to get to the kingdom than just wisdom. Spend time, every time you learn something, try and actually apply it to your life. Instead of learning 10 million things and trying to apply them to yourself all at once. Don't be like that. Be the brother. Every time you learn something, you fully digest it. You meditate on it for a week or two. You really get the understanding of it. Or boom, you get inside rack. You're like, all right, let me make a mental note. Never to do that. Never to do this. Always like this. It's not about being the most knowledgeable. You know what that's going to do? It's going to make you prideful, stubborn. Man, you want to be meek, lowly, where your works is showing a pattern of good things. Man, work on having a good name. Work on doing the basic fundamentals of the scriptures. Can you give me 1 Peter 2 and 2, Abakashah?
1 Peter 2 and what?
2 and 2.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
Look, if you a babe, you just now coming to this truth, the Bible tells you, Peter, the top apostle, he said, newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. The sincere milk of the word. You got to sincerely develop the basics of being a righteous man or woman. First things first, don't overlook this. Really trying to gain a perfect understanding and a perfect love for your people. Why? Because that's going to cover a multitude of sins. Look, the first thing you do when you're a babe, you do not need to go jump in Revelation. You don't need to go break down the whole book of Daniel and you read Ezekiel, or you trying to read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And one day, look, take your time with this truth.
Right.
Take your time. Develop yourself. Let your spiritual mind, your body really develop. You don't want to grow too quickly and rapidly because then you're more liable to miss certain things. You need a solid foundation to build on. And that foundation has to be the basics. If you missed. If you don't think about loving your people, you never been charitable. Matter of fact, you never around people. You isolated. You never be around Israelites. You're lacking already. You need that hands-on experience with brothers and sisters so you can learn how to operate in truth and sincerity. We really got to learn how to love each other. If we loved each other, we would not be in captivity right now. Just because if everybody in our nation had wisdom, that don't mean we out of captivity.
Yeah.
We got to go back to the basics, man. To the fundamentals. That's why me and I, we always doing lessons that's usually simple to understand. We always going over our forefathers and pinpointing our forefathers, what they did, how they was successful and righteous and honorable, and it's always basic things. Showing mercy. King David. That goes back to love.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always see us diving into deep prophecy. We can, but that's not really needful for our people right now. We're building up a nation from scratch, from the bottom, from the beginning. The real things that we really need to do is learn how to operate with each other in love. So don't waste time right now. Don't waste time, man. Right? That's all I got, King.
Con. Well, you said it all. Don't waste time.
Don't waste time.
Hey, low key. Going back to what you was talking about, trying to gain a lot of wisdom in one sitting. You reading Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers, and you reading all of that, and you trying to read all of that in like a week. Sincerely, that's a waste of time.
Sincerely,
that's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say, "Eat so much as sufficient for thee, lest thou vomit it up." You don't want to read all of that, and then you vomit up, and then somebody be like, "Okay, so what was the covenant God made with Abraham and you?"
I read that. I don't know though.
I don't know. Okay, well, damn. How many people went to Egypt? I kind of got that one too. You brothers start asking you simple questions and you fumbling it. So where was the Passover held? Yeah. That was a waste of time.
Con.
When you could have really went through there, chapter by chapter, read chapters a day, maybe read 3 or 4 chapters, whatever is necessary for you, whatever your stomach can hold.
If I may.
You can intake and remember. That's what's necessary. You don't want to waste your time trying to gather the whole Bible and get all the wisdom in 3 months. That's just not come. Who do you think you are? You think you John the Baptist? You think you Yahushua?
Right.
Yahushua didn't even start his ministry until 30. So you think you've been in the truth 2 years and you ready to just jump in Revelation now? You've been in the truth a couple years and I'm ready to break down this whole Bible right now. And then a silly Christian come up, ask you one question, you confound it. He just chopped you up. You don't even know the foundation. He just hit you with a foundational question. But you skipped all that. I'm in Paul's letters, brother. That's where the deep mysteries is at. I'm in Paul's letters. When Paul told you, I speak to them that know the law. Because you have to go to the law to understand Paul. But everybody want to, skip the easy stuff. I'm trying to be that next brother that break down this. I'm trying to be the brother that break down 4 and 20 elders. I'm trying to be the brother that do that, this, that, and the third. I'm in the 12 feathers, brother. You still in Genesis? What the Most High will cut your pride down with a silly question and embarrass you in front of everybody. I remember Captain Tazma was talking about that. He said the perfect medicine for pride is embarrassment. That is the perfect medicine. Like, sincerely, your pride and you think you're all this and you think you're all that, and then you get embarrassed and turn red faced in front of your friends and family. Like, damn, this brother don't really know it all, huh? Everybody laughing at you now. Everybody mocking and scorning at you now. Because you claim to be that brother. When some man think of himself to be something and is nothing, don't think of yourself to be something when you're nothing. So don't try to go off the deep end, try to read the whole Bible in a month or 3 months. Don't do that. Take your time with it. We're telling you things on what not to waste your time with. There's some things you can take your time with though. This Bible, this word, this wisdom, take your time with that. That's not something to be rushed. That's not something you got to count the cost. That's what Yahushua said. Count the cost. Figure out the thing, like, what's necessary, what's not necessary. What do I need to do? What do I not need to do? What do I need to stay away from while I'm still a babe?
Right.
I need to stay away from this steak because I can't do that yet. I may choke on that. What if I choke on that and I fall out the truth? I can't be in that. Stay away from these other books and these other doctrines and this, that, and the third. We got a brother in the comment talking about the Quran. I'm staying away from the Quran for a couple reasons. The Quran say you can eat camel. The Bible say you can't eat camel. The Quran says all fish in the waters are halal or kosher. The Bible doesn't say, but yet in the Quran they say follow the Bible. So I'm gonna follow the Bible. That's just, I'm gonna stay away from those type of things because it's not necessary. It's not helpful. It's not needful. That's not gonna help me grow with wisdom. That's just gonna help me grow in folly. And I'm cool on growing in folly. I'm straight on that. I don't need that. But it's back on you, Ak. I'm good. I'm done with everything.
This one time, it was me and a few brothers. We called before me and Aharon came to the camp. So Jay, how it happened was definitely of the Lord though. But before, it was always a whole bunch of young Akim at one brother's house. We had a lot of brotherly love, but we didn't have no order. But it was probably like 6, 7, 8 of us, somewhere in there, But one day, me and two of the Akim, we was babes. We sat down and had a reading class, and we read 70 chapters of Psalms from the beginning.
I wasn't there, thankfully.
Yeah, you wasn't there, but the zeal was there, the passion. You know what I'm saying? Our spirit was there, but I wasn't able to take nothing from that. We sat down and read 70 chapters in one sitting, just taking turns, running through the chapters. Don't get me wrong, I had fun. But actually, we didn't study. We were just reading. The scripture say, study to show thyself approved. We were just reading. It was like when somebody says, he give you some wisdom or say a wise sentence or tell you a proverb. Somebody tell you a proverb and go in one ear and out the other. It wasn't profitable. So with this truth, it's so sweet. You want to take your time with it. Take your time with it. One of the things me and Aharon had to master, and we still mastering, is learning how the spirit operates. That's heavy. Learning how the spirit operates. Hey, in Ecclesiastes, I don't got it the book chapter verse memorized. If somebody's seen it before, I want to say it's like, I don't know it off the top. I could probably look it up and find it. But to get my point across, he said nobody really knows where the spirit goes or how it operates. It's like it comes and it goes sometimes. Sometimes one day you don't even know why. You just got an abundance of oil, your fire burning, and you just on fire. You just feel like you can take a bullet. You feel like you got superpowers. But the next day, you wake up, you go to sleep and wake up in the same bed, and it's just like, where did all that spirit go? I don't feel as strong today. Did I do something wrong, or what is it? You got a precept?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
This is Matthew 3:8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh or whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit.
That's exactly the scripture I'm talking about. The wind blow where it listeth, and now here's the sound thereof, but cannot tell where it comes. Hey, the wind, it'll blow, it got gusts, but you can hear it, but you can't see, and you don't know where it's finna go. You don't know where it just came from. It says, and whither it goeth, so is everyone that is born of the Spirit. And sometimes you don't know where the Spirit gonna be at tomorrow. That's why whenever the Spirit is on you, take advantage of it. Try and keep it burning. Try and put the oil on that lamp. That's why we do these videos. That's why we go out to these camps. Right? That's why we go hard for the Most High God, because we don't want to never be in the Spirit. We want to keep give me Ecclesiastes. Actually, I'm right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 8. It says, let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. You don't want to let your head lack ointment. You want to always anoint your head with oil. And that's symbolic for your spirit. Your spirit is a flame, it's a fire. That's why people are like, man, you on fire, because your spirit is just burning up inside of you. And you got to keep feeding your spirit. You got to keep the flame going by having that oil going. Anointing it with oil. You got to figure out how to get this thing going. Don't put your own spirit out. Don't put your own spirit out. If you know certain things vex your spirit, that's why Solomon was always saying, this is vexation of spirit. This is vanity. This is look, his spirit was vexed. Don't vex your spirit. If you know, listening to Kevin Gates vex your spirit, don't do it. It's gonna dwindle your fire. It's gonna soak up some of your oil. Right? It could go so forth and so on, man. Keep your spirit burning as much as it be possible. We know in this truth, it's a marathon. It got ups and downs, but you want to try and level that out as much as it be possible. You want to be consistent. And if it really is possible, you want to have a steady growth at a constant rate. Sometimes you might, I didn't study that much this week. Next week, you might go above and beyond, you on fire, but then you drop and you fall out of truth and you go MIA for 3 months. Don't be that, brother. You want to be constant, repetition, disciplined, ordered, fashion yourself, hold yourself accountable. Get in a camp where it'll help you be accountable, where you can constantly, gradually become that righteous and virtuous man or woman. Right? Hey man, being in the camp, it helps you endure. It helps you endure. And the only way you be saved is if you endure. You can't do it by yourself, man. Don't even waste time trying to do it by yourself. You can't. Believe me, you can't. If you could do it by yourself, everybody would be doing it.
Hey, the only man that could do it by himself had 12 men with him.
Plus 70.
Plus 70. So who are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Do it by yourself. That's all I had to say. You got it.
Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, man. We kicked it off real powerful, man. Hopefully, a little bit of daily bread. This was sufficient. Hopefully, Lord willing, this was edifying. And it was sufficient to somebody, man. You know, we all got to eat. So, Lord willing, somebody ate good, man. But can you grab that in 1 Corinthians, King?
Yeah.
God,
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not vain in the Lord.
So everybody in the comment board, everybody that's viewing this, make sure you being steadfast, unmovable. You standing on your block firmly, standing on this truth firmly. Not being tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, but believing in the Most High God, man. And His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, striving for the truth unto death, making haste, Not worrying about all of the things that the people of the world is worrying about, but meditating and focusing on what the Lord required of us. Meditating and focusing on the promises. That's what we need to be doing. Meditating and focusing on how you help the next man, the next sister, your family, especially those that's in the truth. And we do all of this because we know that the work of the Lord is never in vain. We are going to receive an expected end. We're going to receive that prize, man, that reward, the crown of life, everlasting life, kingship, dominion, rulership, a rod of iron, everything in abundance. This is why we do the work of the Lord earnestly, not because we have to, but because we want to. You want to have that kind of spirit because you want to. But Sirach chapter 43 and verse 30 says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. And with that, we're going to give all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Like General Hezekiah always say, never forget to America, Shalom, Barakatham.
Shalom.
Shalom.